feeling fit right now and we're ready to go. So let's go out there, run a race. We're the underdogs again, but we don't have the pressure on us, so we're ready to go, and I think we can take this one. So let's run our race and work together. Let's work as a team, feed off the crowd, and let's just go.
This is it, boys. My counts, boys. Every fucking round, all right? I love you guys. Let's do this. Let's go, boys.
Let's go, boys.
Windsor, Ontario, Canada. A summer draws to a close, the days get shorter, the weather cooler, leaves change color, and university students head back to school to start another year. The University of Windsor men's cross country team starts another season. After coming off a silver medal at the OUA Cross Country Championships a year ago, the Lancers weren't as fortunate at the CIS Cross Country National Championships, finishing off the podium in 5th. A very disappointing result for the perennial medaling team. Last year marked the Lancers' worst performance at the CIS Cross Country Championships since 2006, which was the last time they had failed to reach the podium.
Three years ago, I had to actually watch the CIS race. I had a stress fracture in my lower femur, so it was pretty disappointing to watch that and be on the sidelines because I knew I could have made an impact my first year, but I also had tons of motivation after that to do even better and try and be on the team and try and get that top 10 that I always wanted. I always did cross, but I never really saw myself as a cross guy, so it was sort of hard to see myself actually being in the top 10. Even this year before coming into the season, I didn't think I was going to do cross at all. Yeah. So once I got around with the guys and stuff, then I actually sort of got the cross bug and decided I wanted to do it and try and help the team. Well, in grade 11 and 12, I actually trained with the team quite a bit, so I knew a lot of the guys, and I knew we had a good program at Windsor, and that's why I really wanted to come here, just to try and help the CIS get better and help the Windsor Lancers get better too. It means a lot. I'm really happy the guys chose me to lead the team, and I know Paulie and I really wanted the team to be close, so it was nice to have Paulie as a co-captain, and we just had a good group of guys this year. It was sort of like a little family.
So going into the season, personally, I was looking for avoiding injury and gaining fitness, good fitness, get myself ready for the track season. And if I had made the CIS squad or the OUA squad, it was just going to be a bonus for me. So our 5th place finish last year was a little disappointing, but definitely this year we'd gathered some gathered some momentum and gathered some more motivation to avoid a 5th place finish again. We'd rallied together and we felt very strong throughout the season, and we were very sure that we wouldn't repeat our performance from last year.
Yeah, finishing 5th last year certainly was motivating for them to try to finish in the podium standings this year. I think that was their team goal, to finish in a medal position as a team. There was a lot of positive things that happened over the course of the season too that we can look back on and be pretty happy about, and we had a lot of great individual performances as well.
The Lancers would finish 2nd again at this year's OUA Provincial Championships in Waterloo. They barely missed out on dethroning Guelph by 1 point, which would give them extra confidence heading into the CIS National Championship.
After OUs, we had extra belief we would take down Guelph. We were very confident just being 1 point behind them and knowing that we could still gather more fitness within the last 2 weeks.
Perhaps in the back of their minds individually, I think we only natural if some of them were thinking that way. But what we were trying to profess the whole time was that CIs is a whole different ballgame. The situation is different in terms of the number of people in the race, the quality of the field, the fact that you've got schools, really good schools with programs from other parts of the country. And we knew that there were 5 or 6 schools that could take the men's title on any given day. Yeah, I think the guys were disappointed in terms of, being 5th. Obviously, they would have, as I said before, they would have liked to have had a medal, and I think that was in the backs of their minds. But, cross country is a team sport, and any team sport, everybody's got to have a good day on the day. And if that doesn't happen, then sometimes you're going to fall short of your goals. And, you know, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. Nobody ever knows. Predictions are, you know, are definitely a fool's game because nobody ever knows how things are going to actually roll out and on the day. So that's what makes it so interesting, because there's so many different possibilities when you have 150 guys in a race, many of whom on any given day could beat any other person, you know, finishing around them. So yeah, it's all about having a good day when it counts. It's different. This was the only year this was the only year that this group was going to be a team. Next year it'll be a different group with a different team with different sets of goals. And again, we don't know what's going to happen, but you know, we'll tune in September and we'll have a pretty good idea of where we're going to be headed next year. But definitely, as you said, that'll be a motivator for us for next year's season.
Personal goals were to lead the team, hopefully to a CIS medal. And then as the season went on, I wanted to lead the team to hopefully a gold medal because we were pretty close to Guelph at OUAs. And then I wanted to do better than last year's CIS placing. So last year I was 17th, I think, and then this year I ended up being 10th. So I did improve upon that. And then other than that, just try and keep the team close, and then just try and keep the spread tight. Definitely, last year was a huge disappointment. And then this year we obviously wanted to do as good as last year, at least better. And it was sort of the same disappointment this year again, but I think next year we're going to have even more fire from those two disappointing seasons, and then hopefully we can get on the podium or do even better than that.
We were very, very confident heading to CIS. Personally, I was sure we were going to get ahead of Guelph, and we were sure that just getting ahead of Guelph would win the title. So we were very confident going into CIS. Of course, we were disappointed. We had thought we'd performed much better. Although it's a learning experience, some of our members hadn't run CIs in a while, and it was my very first time running CIs, and it was a very tough course to perform in, and that just wasn't our day. Yeah, we're very excited for next season. We have some recruits that will be joining us. We have a lot of our members will be fifth years and will be much older, much more experienced, and definitely very hungry to perform. It's too soon to call about next year. There's definitely a very, very long time till then. Many factors can play in between now and then. But of course, we looked optimistic and we hope for the best for the team.
Even within the team, we were all talking about it and we were we can do it. We just all need to be have a close spread, and we all need to be on our A game. It was really tough on the day that I don't know, Guelph had a good race on their course, and unfortunately we couldn't do much about that. But yeah, our two top, me and Paul did well, and then Joe did really well too, but our team sort of fell off the back after that. So it's sort of disappointing, but it is what it is.
We had some young guys running in their first ever CIS or their second CIS race for some of them. First time they've ever scored for a team, and they've got that experience under their belts now. Hopefully we get some new rookies coming in that are going to help us out in terms of our depth as well. And it's always tough when you got to replace people of the caliber of a Paul Janikowski and a Jordan Collison. But we'd like to think that it gives some of our younger guys who didn't make the team this year, they're going to be that much hungrier to try to make the team next year because they know that there's a couple of spots open. So that's always a good situation to be in.
I think we still have a strong team coming back, and then hopefully we get some good recruits that come in and make an impact right away. Other than that, I just hope guys can step up that have been on the team, and hopefully they feel that disappointment as some motivation, and they use that next year to do even better. I think next year we're going to have even more fire from those two disappointing seasons, and then hopefully we can get on the podium or do even better than that.